Today we will talk about the trader's mindset, and you guys will see that it's way more important than having a perfect strategy, okay? Because having a perfect strategy is a myth, okay? And if you don't have the trader mindset that we will talk about later in this video, you will not be successful in trading. You might already have seen this statistic, but 99% of the traders are losing every year, and the next year 99% of the traders lose again. So in order to be part of those traders that actually make money from the market, you need to be amongst the best. And for me, it's like being, okay, a professional tennis player, a professional football player, a professional basket player. You have to be among the best, and you cannot be like that in 1 year, 2 years. It takes time, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of discipline, it takes a lot of training, so a lot of losses. And whenever you guys will be ready and you finally learn from your mistake, you can be profitable with trading and finally get this trader mindset. And most traders fail because they have a poor loss tolerance, okay? They cannot lose, they cannot accept to lose, which is totally part of trading, okay? You might see some traders with 95% win rate or like 80% win rate. Some people will have very tight stop loss and they will try to get wins every time, which is statistically not possible. There's also something we'll talk in this video, but probabilities, statistics are your best friends in trading, because trading is also a mathematical game and a game of probability. And you guys have to know that whatever is your strategy, you will for sure have a losing streak of 3, 4, 5, 6 trades. That's over 1,000 trades. You have 99.9% chances to have a losing streak. So if you are not ready to lose, you don't have a risk management plan, and you cannot control your risk, when you will have this losing streak, you will be dead. So the first part for me is the poker face and the emotional control, okay? You have to accept the losses, and you have also to take the wins as normal trades, like you will take losses as normal trades. You don't have to be hyped or greedy when you win, and you don't have to be in panic or sad when you lose a trade, because again, winning or losing is part of your system, is part of trading, and you just go on to the next trade. And I see a lot of traders very motivated, but being motivated is not the same as having discipline, okay? Having discipline is having the same routine, respecting your rules, okay? Following the same steps every day, every weeks, every months, every years. And if you don't follow that routine, you won't be able to succeed in trading. And regarding the poker face, for me, the most important part that you guys have to know is that whether you win or you lose, I already said it, but you have to act normal, and this doesn't have to impact your emotions. You have to be emotionless. Each trade is one sample, and you want to build a database with your trading system. So if every 10, 20 trades, you start changing your strategy, you start changing your rules, you won't go anywhere with trading. You have to wait, okay? Even 100 trades is not that good for a database. I will say that you need to go up to 500, 1,000 trades, and this can take even a year, okay? But you have to wait, because trading is like this. You have to find an edge, okay, on the market, whether you like trading, I don't know, Fibonacci, order flow, EMAs, horizontal support resistance, whatever, because mainly all the strategies works, okay? Because it's mainly you, the key components of your profitability, okay? You can have whatever strategy, but if you take time, you can build your own strategy. But in order to do that, you don't have to first find your strategy, you first have to get the trader's mindset, because if you don't have it from the beginning, it won't work. So regarding the probability mindset, I will say that you have to trust the process instead of the outcome. You just focus on taking trades, respecting your rules, okay? Doing the same thing every day, every week, instead of just looking at your trades, at your profits or at your losses. And you really have to forget the dopamine, the quick dopamine that trading will give you, because if you focus on that and you are stressed, you are hyped when you win, or you are sad when you lose, you are closer to gambling than trading. Another component of the trader mindset is the danger of hope. How many times did you held the trade that was in loss, you remove your stop loss, and you were hoping for the trade to go back to break even in order to avoid losing that money? How many times? Personally, when I started trading, that was one of the biggest mistakes I was doing. And obviously, when you don't have the trader mindset and you don't have a clear system and you don't follow it, it's way harder, okay, to hold the winners, because you will want to take profits and you will want to cash out that money instead of holding the losses, because When you hold the losses, you expect and you hope the price to come back to your entry and to avoid losing money, which again, we talked about it before. Losing is part of the process and it's totally fine to lose a trade. And this will create a gap between desire and reality, and gaps lead to frustration and depression. And markets do not reward optimism. So you have to accept the losses. This is very important, guys. Again, I'm saying this like maybe 10 times, but I need you guys to get this in your head. Now, you have to understand that clarity is over positivity. What do I mean by that? You have to see the market as it is instead of seeing the market as you want it to be, okay? Because most of the traders, when they lose, it's because they stick to that bias and they cannot accept that the market is doing something else than what they were expecting, okay? And they will be like, okay, market makers are manipulating, blah, 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 all this shit, which is totally false, okay? It's just you that had an idea, okay, based on probabilities or not on probabilities, okay? Maybe you don't have a nice system, but you will keep that bias and you will trade based on that, while the market is totally doing the inverse, and you will be just stuck in losses or even holding a trade in loss, or keep adding or taking the same trades while the market is just moving in the other direction. In order to do that, you have to trade with a data-driven perception. And in order to be able to trade like this, you have to use tools that most of the retail doesn't use. For example, order flow in trading, and personally I trade Bitcoin, but with order flow, you can see what is really going on in the chart. You can see beyond the chart. Instead of seeing the candles, okay, with open, close, and the wicks, you can see what's inside, who is buying, who is selling, where is the volume, and with this you can take better decisions. And this will give you a competitive edge against the other traders. And honestly, since I have this trader mindset and that I added also the data driven and the order flow and all these tools to my trading, my profitability went up like crazy, and I really felt that I had an edge against the others. Then another very important thing in trading, your number one focus should be on capital preservation, because if you don't have any more capital to trade, you cannot trade, and so you cannot make money. And if trading is your job, then you're fucked totally. So that's very important. And you also have to think in the long term instead of short term performances. What I love to say is that a trading account is pretty similar to like an investing account where you will just buy S&P and DCA, because at the end of the day, what you want to see on your trading curve, okay, in your trading account, you want to see the P&L curve going to the right and to the up, but not with ups and down like this, okay? You want something smooth, okay? With compounded interest, with compounded gains on the long run that will make you money, that won't stress you. And the last component before the conclusion is setting realistic targets, okay? You want 2x your account in a week or in a month, or even make 20% in a day. That doesn't make sense. And if you think about the variance and the probabilities and the maths, okay, it's not possible to aim for 20% profits and expect no drawdown or no losses, okay? So the best you can do in trading is setting realistic targets, targeting low return every month, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6%, and you will, okay, reduce the risk of losing big. I want you guys to focus on setting realistic targets. So to conclude, I will say that trading is primarily a mental game. And if you don't have the right mindset and you don't fix rules, you don't have a daily routine, and your brain is not ready for this, you still have to work on that before working on your strategy. And don't think that trading is sexy, okay, positive, gives you dopamine. It's not true, okay? If you feel trading like this, you are still in the wrong side of trading, okay? And you have to go into the mechanical, boring, and emotionless part of trading, and this is where you will make money. For example, I stream, etc. We make some jokes, I put music when we pump, when we profit, etc. But at the end, if you guys watch my stream, when I take a loss, I don't give a shit. I'm smiling. If I win, I'm also smiling, but because I'm always smiling. But what I want to say about that is that you don't have to be impacted emotionally by your trades, okay? You have to be a robot. It's the same as an algorithm. What you want to do is to be a fucking bot, okay? And if you can reach that level of discipline, this is where you will start to make profits on the long run, okay? Because you might make money 1, 2, 3, 4 months, but if you don't have the right discipline, after 4 months of profits, you can blow an account and start again. I started trading 5 years ago, and during 3 years and a half, I was making this, okay, yo-yo. I was making money, losing it all, making money, losing it all. And then when I started to have the right mindset, this is when it finally clicked for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. At the beginning, it was supposed to be a 3 to 5 minute video. I feel like this is going to be like 10-15 minute video, but I had a lot to say. So yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. If you watch the video till here, comment a fruit in the comments. Also, make sure to check in the description. There's the link of the Telegram where I share all my trades, all my analysis on crypto trading. It's totally free, so you can check in the description. Make sure to follow and see you in the next video, guys. That was Diego. Bye bye.